You've probably seen a bit of this if you've taken to social media recently. I mean, the clip on Twitter has 3 million views. So Donald Trump had an interview with Candace Owens, and in order to watch the whole thing, I have, of course, bought a subscription to the Daily Wire website. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We're going off Twitter clips. Absolutely not. Not on your life. Not on your life. It's Twitter clips.
A huge topic on the minds of mothers, especially. You're seeing what's happening at these school board meetings. Where do you stand on these vaccine mandates? And obviously, I know that you are pro-vaccine. Obviously, you did everything you could to get this vaccine out. I know where you stand on the vaccine.
It was one of the greatest achievements. We did it in less than 9 months.
To be able to do that.
Yeah,
but now it's taken a twist, right? It's gotten, now we went from this is a good thing and people should have this option.
It's quite
to
loud.
Military men, you're going to have to resign because you're not getting this vaccine. Where do you stand on that?
Well,
George Washington had that position. Military men, you'll have to resign if you don't get inoculated against the disease. That's like, that goes back to the literal founding of the before the founding. That goes all the way back to the earliest possible. It's like such a ridiculous thing, you know, like conservatives will screech about trans people in the military, even though the Pentagon has found that trans people in the military don't interrupt battle readiness at all. And then they're like, oh yeah, but also don't get vaccinated for the contagion that's ravaging the planet and takes you out of commission for potentially weeks and also can have long-lasting respiratory consequences. Yeah, that's a thing we don't need to, you know, protect our soldiers against.
I stand on, forget about the mandates, that people have to have their freedom, but at the same time, the vaccine is one of the greatest achievements of mankind. We would have had a 1917, remember the Spanish flu, killed perhaps 100 million people. Actually, it ended the First World War because the soldiers were so, a lot of people don't know that. The soldiers got so sick. It was a terrible thing. There were no vaccines, there was no anything. I came up with a vaccine, with 3 vaccines. All are very, very good. Came up with 3 of them in less than 9 months. It was supposed to take 5 to 12 years.
He made them.
And yet more people have died under COVID this year, by the way, under Joe Biden, than under you. And more people took the vaccine this year. So people are questioning how...
Well, no, the vaccine worked, but some people aren't taking it. The ones that get very sick and go to the hospital are the ones that don't take the vaccine.
Trump. I don't know what... Yeah, I don't know which pharmacist changed your meds and made you make a good take. But hey, Trump.
But it's still their choice. And if you take the vaccine, you're protected. Look, the results of the vaccine are very good. And if you do get it, it's a very minor form. People aren't dying when they take the
vaccine. And you told us not to vote for this based man, SMH. Yeah, I don't know, guys. He's sounding very, very Biden-esque right now.
Vaccine.
What about the masking of children? That's a big one for moms right now.
I think it's a terrible thing.
That flies in the face of science. The kids have a virtual 0% chance of dying of COVID, and yet
they can still get ill, and they can carry the COVID to non-kids.
They're insisting on these vaccine mandates. I mean, I'm sorry.
I do like how she pivots here, by the way. Like, Trump was making a point that she really did not want to hear. So to pull away from it, she moves to what she thinks will be more of a slam dunk here.
Sorry, on these masking mandates and now even the vaccine mandates for small children. And what's going on there?
I think what's happening is you look at the masks where Fauci and a lot of other people said masks don't mean anything. All of a sudden he becomes a radical masker. Great. I don't like to see the kids with the masks on. They're sitting in school. They have a hard enough time sitting in school.
It's like China. I've been to China.
Well, and yet China's education system's a hell of a lot better than ours. You know what? They're rated number 2 or 3, and we're rated number 44.
But masking children, I mean, that's the way it looks, right? It doesn't look like a free country.
I'm against it.
Oh my God, it's so good. Yeah. Ben Garrison made a comic, the vaccine bandwagon. You know, you've got corporate media, you've got safe and effective, but not really, of course. You know, big pharma, get the vax is what all the horses are called. The horses have blinders on because we're all blind, like 2B in Near Automata. It's very deep. You know, Yeah, all the MAGA hats are saying boo, and then you got Trump here. You've got lockdown. The back says masks. Get yours now. I like how he still made Trump skinny here because he's negatively depicting Trump here. He should have made him fat again. You know what I mean? He should have been like, oh well, here we go, and actually drawn him realistically. I think. Why are they wearing MAGA hats? They don't like him anymore. Well, maybe making America great again now means fighting against Trump, who's a rhino now. Yeah. Trump admits he suddenly finds it very tough to slam Biden after surprising vaccine comments. Brilliant stuff, really.
I got my booster shot.
Shut up, man. Former President Trump says Tuesday it was tough to be overly critical of President Biden after the current president praised the Trump administration for its COVID-19 vaccine rollout. Said this before, by the way, but Operation Warp Speed, the vaccine rollout from the Trump admin, actually was good. That actually was a good thing that happened. We benefited, the world benefited from it because it really jump-started, the production of vaccines and sort of the science on the subject. Trump, in an interview with Fox News the same evening, said he was both surprised and appreciative of the president's acknowledgement. That's a first, so it is very tough for me to be overly critical right now. Hey, look at that. Love flourishes even in the most, even in the most, unlikely of places. I do have to say, though, by the way, it's rare that this is the case because there's always that optics trade-off for some group. I feel like Trump being pro-vaccine, like in the way that he's being here, is holistically good. It's actually a win-win-win-win-win-win-win. There's no, it's just good. First of all, it does hurt his reputation within the Republican Party. Nobody else is even close to galvanizing the base as much as him. So him losing favor would hurt his chances in a potential 2024 election, which is good, Additionally, it fragments the Republican Party. There are going to be a ton of Trump loyalists who will defend his statements within the party, even if they're a bit befuddled. And that's going to lead to infighting, which is good. And additionally, it might actually get some people vaccinated. I know, unlikely, but there are probably some holdouts in the millions of anti-vaxxers in the Republican Party for whom an endorsement from Trump would be sufficient. It's to this extent. Plus, he's gotten the booster shot, I haven't even gotten the booster shot. Trump's more pro-vaccine than I am. I should get the booster shot. I haven't because I don't leave the house. But I should. That's the thing that I should do. It's good. You should get the booster shot, Trump got his booster shot, You guys are, in this respect, at least more like Trump than I am. You're more Trump-like. That's on you. Look, I think it's wonderful stuff, this, really. I don't know why Trump's moving over on this behavior. I don't know if his meds have been changed, or maybe Ghislaine Maxwell's trial has just left Trump feeling philosophical, Maybe he's just really reflecting on a long life spent, his history. Who knows? Ghislaine, sorry. Yeah, unlike you guys, I actually don't memorize the pronunciation of the names of pedophiles. Yeah, that's on you guys, Really, really weird community. Whatever led Trump to behaving this way is a good thing, okay? See this meme? I love memes. Are you concerned this will make him look less fascistic? You can't think of it that way. When a bad person does a thing that's good in utilitarian sense, you can't think like, well, them doing a good thing, might make it harder to say they're bad. Well, I think he gives us plenty of reason to criticize him. I'll say that much. There we go. There we go. Slight improvement could be made. Their head should be switched. That would be just a little bit funnier. A smidgen, marginally. Anyway, yeah, it's quite nice. I'm sure the total interview from Candace Owens would be, quite fun to go through. But again, Daily Wire subscription. I'll say this. No, I know that Trump has been more or less pro-vaccine for a while, but I feel like this is a much more, committed, delivery of that belief. Candace Owens is, you know, a huge public figure. He was asked directly. Yeah, it's less pussyfooting about it, which is good. Ask Shu if she has a Daily Wire subscription. Yeah, we'll see. I do think that even for like the main thing, you can see a little bit from that snippet of the conversation in that I feel like most of it's just going to be regular Republican circle jerking. But if Trump ever says anything Candace Owens doesn't like, she'll just move away from it the way she did there. Just instantly move away from it. She doesn't want to challenge him. There's no benefit to her for doing so. So, you know, you're only going to get so much out of that material.